Hello, good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum. This is Engineer Krishna talking serious wise, talking about some engineering elements, explaining theoretically, defining or explaining theoretically of some civil engineering related elements. This theoretical knowledge is a foundational knowledge. It will give you or give us some technical capability before implementing to the job site. If we have this type of theoretical knowledge before the site, gained before the site, it will facilitate us easiness to implement what we know as a standard-wise or code-based theoretical into the practicality at the job site. So implementation is the practical aspect of construction industry. So here today let's talk about excavation. Excavation is the process of digging the land or ground to remove dirt or rocks or any obstacle object or encumbrances or hindrance underground to facilitate to a certain depth to facilitate the subsequent construction activity like laying the foundation or to create the footing or foundation structural element. So when we follow Indian standard IS 1200, this code categorizes or classifies the excavation into 4 or more than 4 classification, and primary classification excavation classified are surface dressing, surface excavation, excavation over area, and trench excavation are the primary excavation we execute at the job site as per the requirement or as per the design. So the first category is surface dressing. It's just dressing. Dressing means to chip or to trim something to level it or to elevate it, to eliminate the encounter on or the existing unevenness on the ground. So when we execute surface dressing, it limits to 150 mm depth. Why we dress the land surface up to 150 mm? Because it lays or it bears or it holds the organic soil. The organic soil is the topsoil, which is very loose, granular, and having no bearing strength. So the construction activity always avoids this kind of loose material. So in surface dressing, another purpose of the surface dressing is to remove the dots, existing dots, any surface obstacles like tree stumps, tree roots, any surface grass, or any other obstacles to level the ground for the subsequent to facilitate subsequent construction activity. So as we know, the purpose of excavation is in civil construction is to achieve the ground for laying of structural foundation like a footing. So footing is the major foundational element of the load path, a structural upward or let's say gravity load path, the ultimate path to transfer all the received loads to the soil. So this surface dressing, in estimation point of view, the surface dressing is always measured in meter square. This thickness 150 mm will not be considered while we calculate the area. And another type of excavation or classified excavation is surface excavation, which is deeper and wider, deeper than the surface dressing. As we say, in the surface dressing is limited. The depth of the surface dressing is limited to 150 mm, while surface excavation is wider to 10 meters square on plane, on plan area, and width is 1.5 meter in width and 10 meters square on plan area, having the depth, the excavation depth from 150 mm to 300 mm. So this is the double depth area relatively to the surface dressing. So this is also a shallow excavation. So this is in estimation point of view, we will not consider this as a in volumetric calculation. It is in area. We calculate this in area calculation, that is in square meter. So whatever the area, length and breadth of the excavation that we done is measured or is estimated in meter square. While there is another excavation, the third category of excavation is excavation over area. This excavation over area is also is measured in volume. In volumetric method is used in while estimating the quantity of this, and the depth while in excavation over area exceeds the width of the excavation, width area of the excavation exceeds 1.5 meter and also exceeds 10 meter square on plan area, and its depth is always greater than or larger than 300 mm. So whatever the excavation we carried out with the depth exceeding 300 mm, we consider this as excavation over area, and as we say, the estimation, the quantity estimates, or the quantity